Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Ashlee.
Welcome to the Capital Mom Real Life Conversation. This week we're going to talk about getting out of the house with our kids and things to do in our local community. But before we get into that, we just want to say thank you for being here. We recognize that in this world there are so many things that you can tune into, so many things that you can listen to and watch, and your time is precious and valuable, and the fact that you're choosing to spend it with us just means so much to us. So thank you. We're going to start with our Glimmer and our Dimmer.
Yep.
And this week I have the Dimmer and Ashlee has the Glimmer.
Yes.
Go
for it.
So mine's just kind of boring and it's a Dimmer. So we have had to reschedule this several times because my kids have been sick, and it wasn't just one sickness. It was like, okay, everybody got through the throw up sickness, and then it was like, oh, okay, now everybody's gonna go through the next sickness, and it was like 3 different sicknesses. So it was like half of March we were home sick, and it just was not fun at all. And so we're finally on the other side of it. Everyone except my husband. My husband naps today, and when he's sick he takes lots of baths, so there's been lots of baths and lots of naps. And I just feel so bad that everybody has had to get it. But I think the worst one, just to maybe add some kind of humor, I don't know, was the throw up sickness. So my daughter Ellie had it first, and the next day was Saturday, and on Saturdays we go to our family's cabin, and that's actually something we're going to talk about a little bit in this episode. But I decided that it would be a good idea to go to the cabin, even though my 1.5-year-old was throwing up. So that morning I was like, we're gonna be okay. Like, she had paused in throwing up, she had fallen asleep, so I was like, we'll just drive out there while she's asleep and then it'll be fine. She probably threw up at the cabin like 7 times. And then she stopped, and so I was like, okay, made it through the next kid, great. Then we're on our way home from the cabin, and it was my son Brecken's turn. And he did it all over my car. All over my car. And you know that, like, it's your car and it smells horrible. And so we're on our way home, and my husband's out of town. And so it's like 7 o'clock at night. Everybody needs baths, and my car has throw up in it. So I call my mom, my dear mom. She's amazing. And she came over and cleaned up the throw up out of my car while I was upstairs doing bath time. And I get out of the bath, and the kids are downstairs watching, I don't know, Frozen or something, and I need a shower too. So while I'm taking my shower, my oldest comes up and she's like, Mommy, Brecken threw up all over the stairs. And my poor mom had just finished cleaning the car, and then she comes in with her little green machine and starts working on the stairs. Like, bless her heart. So, yes, it was a Dimmer. But we're past it. And I'm like,
so real life mom mode. Like, how many times do we, like,
oh my gosh.
I have towels that I will put down when the kids are throwing up because...
Oh, you just know exactly what to do. It's like, okay, so we're going to get this out. Here we go.
Yeah, there's a mattress. You can just sleep on the floor. I will sleep next to you on the mattress just to not have to clean up our mattress, you know? Like,
yes.
You hear the faintest little, like, and you're awake and you got the bowl. Here it is. I'm right there. And, like, I don't even know how we wake up that quickly.
It's amazing.
And how we're like,
yeah,
here it is.
Yep. It is.
I wish I could do that.
It's like a superpower.
For myself in the morning. I wish I could. Oh yeah, this is my day.
Man. Like that. Yeah. So we're just so glad to be on the other side of it, and seeing my kids like laughing and dancing and singing. I'm just like, I see them do that, and I'm just like, oh, thank you. I'm so glad. Yes,
I'm so glad. Okay, mine's got some good humor in it too. Okay, it's a Glimmer. Depending on how you look at it, I'm seeing it as a Glimmer. Okay, so this morning, it happened this morning even. So I woke up this morning, I had a few things I needed to get done, like respond to some text messages or whatever on my phone, right? And so I'm sitting there responding, and my 3-year-old, Levi, comes up and he's like, Mom, I want to play with you. And I'm like, okay, bud, well, I need to finish this first. And I don't know if it's because it's Saturday morning and I'm like, there are 3 other people in the house. And so maybe he'll just wander and go find someone else if I'm not done yet, right? So then I'm just like, I'm just going to finish this while I can. It's taking me a little bit longer. But so I'm working on it. he's actually being pretty patient. He's asked me a few times, but like was really pretty patient. And then all of a sudden he dashes off. Like I thought I heard him say something. I didn't know what he said. He dashes off down the hallway. He comes back and he says, Mom, I just set a 2-minute timer for you. And when you're done,
Oh my goodness!
when the timer goes off, then you can play with me.
That's amazing!
I know, I couldn't believe it. It was so awesome that I was like, you bet, bud. Like,
Oh my god!
I'm not sure I'm gonna be done with this, but I will be done with this because you're literally like following through with like what we've been doing.
Gosh.
So I'm like,
That's like
if I-
a mom win though, like of how good you are
crazy
doing.
good. I know. Well, I thought that was funny. So funny because it was like such a glimmer, but at the same time, like I didn't get to finish what I was doing either. But it was so fine. It was so okay because it was just awesome.
That
Like,
is so great. Okay, so
I, like,
you
couldn't
saw
even
on the
believe
last
that.
episode, we literally talked about how we give our kids 2 minutes. Well, Ashley had talked about that, about setting a timer. Like if somebody's doing something, set a 2-minute timer.
And he
then
totally,
look at that. He parented you.
me on it. He parented me on it. You got 2 minutes on your device, Mom, and when you're done, let's go play. And he was like so good about it too. Like there was no fighting, there was no like angriness. And when the timer went
Just a
off, he
matter
was
of
like,
fact.
great. And then we went off and played because I wanted to be sure I was enforcing that too. So I thought that was so
That's
awesome.
so
Couldn't
great.
even believe that. And anyway, so it was just like reinforced of like, that it can totally go both ways and it can work that way.
That's so cute. Okay, so we're gonna dive into our content, and like I said, we're gonna talk about getting out of the house with our kids.
Yeah.
There are some struggles to that. I think some moms, we had kind of talked about some moms, home is their safe place, and I think home should be a safe place for everyone and our kids.
Yeah.
But also getting out in the community has a lot of value for new experiences, meeting new people.
Also helping create a pause, like what we were talking about in the last episode too. Like once I step out, we'll talk to this a little bit more, like once we step out of the house, like it feels like everything else that was inside the house that was noisy and needed me, because I feel like everything can need me in the house. Suddenly I'm outside and I'm not worried about that so much anymore, and I'm way more present with my kids.
Yes.
So that's kind of why we thought this is it's just valuable to talk about and share some of our struggles in getting out, but then also some things that have helped.
So we had both kind of agreed that when we're at home, there's this endless to-do list. Like I look around and I'm like, okay, well I'm here, I may as well throw in some laundry, or I may as well unload the dishwasher, or do that. You know, there's just, as if you're a mom, you know, the list is endless. And oftentimes I'll see myself doing these things, and my kids, I feel like especially my youngest, because younger kids want and need their moms more, and older kids are a little more independent. But my youngest will be like, Mommy, come sit with me. Mommy, come do this. And I'm like, okay, I will. Just let me finish this one thing. And sometimes in my mind, I'm thinking, like, is this what I really need to be doing right now? Like, I really should be here, sitting with my child, and that's what I want to be doing.
But you also have a house to maintain.
Exactly.
That is real life. Like,
and balancing it all is really hard. So sometimes just removing yourself from the situation of having all of these things around you that you can do, it helps you to focus on your kids.
Yeah. And so I know that, but even when I know that, it's still hard for me to do sometimes. So like there are, different barriers, whether it's that I'm like tired, or kids napping, or potty training, or I don't know. I do feel like, or the weather. Yeah. Like there are a lot of different reasons that I have experienced in my littles' lives that I've been like, I'm just like not gonna go out today. But ultimately I need that break too. Like I need to step out of the house probably just as much as they do.
And I feel like I regret it when I don't. Like for me, in every stage of life, we have different stages with our kids. Right now I have a little one who's napping. Yeah. And that puts in a routine in my day where every day at 1 o'clock I need to be home. From 1 to 3 I need to be home. And so therefore I'm looking at our day thinking, okay, if we don't do anything in the morning, that means we're going to be home from the time we wake up until 3.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a really long day for me sitting in our house. And I can tend to feel cooped up if I don't go do things. So in my current situation, and I find it works best for me to go do something in the morning. So I know every morning from this time to this time, we need to get out of the house and we need to be home by 1 so that my youngest can nap. And I know like not everybody's in that situation. So Ashlee doesn't have kids who nap anymore, so you're a little bit more flexible.
Yeah, but and that helps a lot. But at the same time, almost having that flexibility and not having the structure makes it so that sometimes I get caught where I'm like, it's 2 and I haven't left the
day
house.
got away from you.
And I need to go pick up the girls in an hour.
Yeah.
I can't go anywhere right now.
Yeah.
Or I'll wait until it's like noon and then I'm like, well, we need to have lunch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like not having the structure has thrown me for a loop too.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I have naps and now I can't like do it. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, oh, I don't have a nap and now I don't have any structure. And now I still didn't do it.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I think structure actually can help a lot.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
If you can use it to your advantage too, just like purposely use it.
Yeah.
And which I actually think you do a really good job of. And I was like, honestly thinking about this too, I think you do a really good job. Like you have certain days where like you do this day, you do this day. Like we have a play date on one of our days. It's just like a set in the schedule.
Which
and like,
I love.
you help set that up.
That.
Like you're really good at that. And then like Saturday you do the cabin. So like maybe touch on your structure too and how that helps you stay getting out of the house. Yeah. Because then it's already in place.
And I think it's good for my kids too, because they kind of know, not necessarily my 4-year-old doesn't really know his days of the week yet, but my almost 7-year-old she knows like, okay, today's Monday. That means that I have gymnastics after school, or that, and she just knows what's happening, which I think is helpful. So should I just go through my week?
Yeah, do it because you're really good at this. Yes.
So on Monday morning, Ashlee and I meet at the library.
Yes, that's one of my structure things that is really good for me. It's
and
really
so they
good.
have story time at the library. I have been doing this since my almost 7-year-old, her birthday is this coming Friday. So happy birthday to Ellie. Yes. Yay. So we've been doing that since she was a baby. There is this incredible, if you are local, at your library.
Yes.
Her name is Miss Diane.
Yes, we love her.
Miss Diane, if you see this, I doubt you will, but if you do, you are the best and we adore you. She has this incredible way with kids. You know how there's just some people that they just, they're just like light and happy, and that's her. Yeah. And she has this beautiful singing voice.
Yeah, she does.
It's lovely. So we do that on Monday mornings, and we bring, Ashlee brings her youngest and I bring my 2 youngest, and we do story time, and then we pick out books for the week. I'm a big reader to my kids at night, which we'll probably talk about bedtime routines another time, but pick out books for the week, and so every Monday we can count on getting new books. And then my daughter's in school. After school is gymnastics. Tuesday, we don't do anything in the morning, but my son goes to preschool Tuesday, Thursday afternoons, so those are kind of my, if I need a grocery pickup morning or things like that, we'll do something small to get out of the house so we're not home all morning. And then, he does his preschool Tuesday. Wednesday is also a morning. Oh no, Wednesday he does swimming lessons. Yes. So Wednesday swimming lessons in the morning, and then gymnastics after school. Thursday is his preschool day, and then after school is our standing play date. Yeah. So again, like we have something every day to expect, but I don't feel like we're overloaded either.
No, it's just like structure. It's just like something. There's just something, and honestly, like just having that, I think, is enough to like sometimes just keep the flow of the day going. Right. Know that you're looking forward to something, or you have something that's happening. Yeah. I do. I think it's really valuable. And then Friday is a long day, actually. Yeah, because she has dance. Because my daughter has dance, and it doesn't get done until 6:30, and so, and my son has nothing. So that feels like a day where I'm always kind of like, I hope it's nice outside so we can go to a park. While she's at dance. That day feels long. And then Saturday, like Ashlee said, we have a cabin in our family, and we go to the cabin every Saturday, and I love it. And a huge reason I love it is the same thing that we had just talked about. There's nothing to do but just be with my kids. And I've been to the cabin too. It's amazing, and it's Totally is
Probably
that
not
way.
what
It's
you
just-
think. It's not like a fancy, like on a lake cabin.
It's exactly my kind of cabin. It's like homemade cabin. It is so perfect. It's not perfect. Like, you know, like it's homemade. It was
built in
nothing
1928.
commercial about it. Yeah.
Yeah. 1928 log cabin, like on 90 acres in the woods. Like it's
So I love it.
like, and
so,
I don't think I realized, like, I
appreciate.
grew up going there. My dad's grandpa built it, and I don't think I realized, like, as a kid, what a cool place it is.
Yeah.
And it's only 25 minutes away. And just having the opportunity to take my kids away from the hustle and bustle of the city and just, the busyness. And it just feels like you're, like, stepping back in time.
Yeah.
One day a week, and the kids just play outside with sticks, and we make a fire, and it's wonderful.
Yeah,
like
it really is. So I think like a theme for me I've noticed this last year is feeling overstimulated. And when I am in the house, I can very much feel just very overstimulated very quickly. Like whether it's the noise, whether it's things that I have to do. Some of it for me has been just like some hard family circumstances that have like eaten up emotional energy that I have that is just out of your control. Sometimes that's what it is. And not having that energy, like not having all of that reserve, then suddenly when I'm hearing 3 requests at the same time or loud noise or whatever, suddenly I'm just really overstimulated. Then once you get out,
I relate to that so much.
You get outside and then I know it really is like the world like quiets down and you're like, oh my gosh, the only things that really matter right now in this moment, I can just feel this moment right now.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that for you, whether it's outside, whether it's exercise, together as a family, or I don't know, whatever it is that, you know, finding what that is. But getting outside, we both think regardless is beneficial for.
And so just touching on the cabin, for example, every week I'm like, oh, this is so much work to do this. You know, I have to pack up snacks and I have to pack up coats for every kid if it's cold. And we usually bring like a ball for a dog and some stuff to play baseball. And like, it's just loading up the car. And then it's on a dirt road, so my car gets dirty. So I always have to do a car wash after. When we get home, we have to
I'm sure the kids love, actually.
Right. But when we get home, we have to do baths. And so it's a full day. Yeah. And so every week I'm like, oh, do I really want to do this? And then every single time I get home and I'm like, I'm so glad I did this. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And it was just.
Yeah. So then she touched on like the different things. So like, what are your like go-tos when you go to get out of the house? What are the things you need to just be successful? Because you say you follow someone or you followed someone at one point that she's like all about getting out of the house. Yeah. And what do you do? Or like, what are the essentials that you need? Yeah. So like simple, what is it that you need to get out of the house?
There's this gal on Instagram. Her handle is Chan with the boys. Her whole entire profile is just about getting out of the house with your kids. She has over 100,000 followers. And all she talks about is going outside with your kids. And I think it's super cool that she has built that platform because clearly a lot of people want to do that and maybe think that they need that as a resource. So it's something that a lot of moms probably struggle with or just want to relate in someone with. Yeah. So she has 3 little boys and she just talks about how it doesn't have to be complicated. She talks about how as a mom, you don't always have to do kid-centered things either. It doesn't always have to be the zoo. It doesn't have to be things that are intended for kids. You can if you need to go to Target, go to Target. Yes. Because that's what you want to do. And bring your kids with you.
I was on one of my lists to say one of the things that I do, and we literally did that this last week where I was exhausted, just mentally tired, didn't know what to do. And Levi and I went to Target, and I got like frozen macaroons and ate them before I paid for them. I paid for them, but I ate them while he played in them with the cars.
You're like living the dream.
He just wanted to play in the toy section, and I did tell him ahead of time. I said, we're going to go into Target and we're going to play there, but we're not going to buy anything today. And he did such a good job. I think leading into that for kids is always so valuable, but it's amazing how much they will respond to that with a lead-in. Like, we're going to come and play and have fun, but we're not going to buy anything. Anyway, literally just did that this last week. Yes. And actually, it was really great. It was great. We had a great time. And I didn't spend too much. I spent a little bit, but I didn't spend too much.
So the other thing, another really great example that she gave, which I really loved, was she said that she has 3 boys, which I have 1 boy, and my 1 boy has a lot of energy. Boys, like, not all boys are created equal, but my boy, I'm picturing 3 boys at a coffee shop. So she took her 3 boys to a coffee shop. She said the only thing that she brought to entertain them was a tape measure.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she would say, okay, go measure that table over there. And then they'd all go run over and they'd stay busy for 45 seconds and then they'd come back. Okay, go measure that chair. That's all she needed, a tape measure. And so I think sometimes we make it so complicated in our minds of, oh, I have 3 kids and I need to entertain them. What are we going to do?
And feeling like maybe I'm not equipped with the skills that I need to entertain all of these kids.
Right.
Or I know it's like not supposed to be like entertaining. Like I don't want to feel, we don't want to be the entertainer. Like we want to be present in their lives, but at the same time, it can feel like entertaining.
Yeah.
Where you're trying to like navigate that.
Mm-hmm.
But
it doesn't have to be that hard. And I think the cabin proves it for me, where my kids are so happy with sticks.
Yeah.
I don't bring toys. Sometimes we bring a baseball. That's it.
Yeah.
But they are so happy with sticks and just running around.
Yeah. And sometimes too, like I have to, like you kind of mentioned, like the pause. I think sometimes that you could even carry that pause that we need emotionally when we're feeling big emotions, carry that pause into play for kids, where when you get outside, they might feel bored at first.
Yes.
And they're going to be, because they're
That's
like
so
understimulated from being so overstimulated, right?
That's
Just
so good.
In the natural like world.
Mm-hmm.
So then allowing that pause and not getting worked up yourself and being like, oh no, they're bored, now I need to entertain, but being like, find something, like maybe allowing that pause there of like,
I love that. Yes.
You are bored. That's good. Because your mind's going to think of something to do in a little bit. You just got to give it some time. And
so true. So true. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are, I love the snacks. So I think like in getting out, I usually like need a snack at least. If we can just have a snack and then we can like get out the door.
Yeah.
I usually grab an extra pair of clothes. And I love this for me, for our family, because that way when we're out and about and the kids get dirty, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I can just be like, it's fine. They're clothes, they're washable.
Yeah.
I saw this too recently. Kids are washable.
Yeah.
But like if I have extra clothes, I'm not stressed about them getting back into the car. And then they just play like unrestrained. Mm-hmm. And so that's really valuable. So I always have like an extra set of clothes, even if nothing, just in the car, just keep them there. And then if you can have snacks, which you're always so good, you've always got like her snack bag.
I do, but it's a little bit become like a crutch. Like my son, like we will literally just eat breakfast and then we'll like go to swimming lessons, and on the way he's like, can I have a snack bag? I'm like, dude, we just ate. Like, but he knows if we're leaving, I have the snack bag. So I don't know. It's like it's like a win-lose situation.
That one for you, for your family. What's going to be best for you? Yeah, but I do feel like if I get out, if nothing else, if I grab a snack, then we're gonna last, like water too, obviously. Water and a snack, then we're gonna last a little while and be okay with my 3-year-old. Now, obviously that's different when I had younger. My olders do even better, but like, youngers, you're gonna need a diaper bag or whatever. But yeah, some of our favorite places to go to, so we mentioned the library. There's a great resource that's a local resource, Macaroni Kid. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but that is, you can subscribe to that, and she has she compiles lots of family-friendly events that are either free or really, really inexpensive. Yeah. That's a really great resource to look at too. That's it's locally based. We do like to go to the zoo, if you have a zoo pass or whatever, that's a great place to go. Shields, just wander around Shields is a great one of our favorite places.
They have the playground, and also their food. You can get a kids meal there for like $5, and it includes a giant ice cream cone or a ride on the Ferris wheel. I'm like, you can't get that at McDonald's for that price. Like, it's a good deal.
Yeah. I used to have some mom friends that would meet up over at Chick-fil-A, and that the kids just play in the Chick-fil-A area. Trying to think of some other favorite places, but those are just a few. So
we had mentioned in our first episode how we met.
Oh yeah.
That's another one. So I actually looked it up on Macaroni Kid that day. You did too. But Macaroni Kid is a website. I don't know if you said that, but there's a place called the Little Red Farm, and it's So this is, again, all Lincoln, Nebraska local based.
Yeah.
But a lot of these things, like I said earlier, can be found probably in other
and I
places.
actually think that
town.
Macaroni Kid you can find your own city of
Yes,
Macaroni Kid.
you can.
So.
Yep. But Little Red Farm is in Palmyra, Nebraska, and it's just this cute little farm where they have pigs and chickens and cows, and they do story time twice a month for kids, and then after the story time you can feed the chickens, and it's so cute, and it's just, again, another fun thing to do with little kids.
Just outside the city.
So that's how we met.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
At Little Red Farm.
So I guess that's kind of our thing too, and in getting out with your kiddos, just knowing that creates community, that helps in building friendships, helps in our big emotions and mental health, as we were talking about in the last episode. And we just think I think for my family, it's something that we're trying to do more of, and just getting out, it's beneficial for my kids. It really slows my brain down. So I have to believe that that's what's happening with their brains too. They're busy with, their things too. So that fresh air, all of that. So we just encourage that. Know that we're in it with you. We're working on it too. So, maybe we'll see you out there.
You don't need to do motherhood alone. Come join our village.
Exactly as you are.